The topic of city girls in the government has become quite popular thanks to YouTuber Pink Book Lessons. She was the first person to talk about the city girl mayor, Tiffany Henyard, and we all know what she's doing out in Dolan, Illinois. Then we have another city girl mayor out in East Point, Michigan, who eventually got fired, Monique Owens. Then we have, other people like Fannie Willis. Then you got the New Orleans mayor, Latoya Cantrell. It's going crazy. But you know what's really going crazy? These city girl correctional officers. They are like booty clapping sounds. They are doing the most with these goddamn inmates. And especially going down in Georgia. I don't know what's going on with Fulton County Correctional Facility officers. Let's check out this chick who got caught doing this with an inmate.
We've got some new developments tonight involving yet another twist in this ongoing YSL RICO case. We're talking about a Fulton County Sheriff's deputy arrested earlier today and accused of trying to smuggle contraband to a defendant in the case. This deputy, Akiba Stanley, in this mugshot here, in the past hour, the Fulton County Sheriff announced she has been fired. And we have learned she was previously fired from the Atlanta Police Department when an investigation found she was unfit to serve as an officer.
Then we fly all the way to Miami, Florida, and this correctional officer who was stalking her boyfriend did this.
A former corrections officer killed her boyfriend over jealousy and obsession. Today, a judge sentenced her to more than a decade in prison. A jury found Latoya Holmes guilty for shooting her partner after a Dolphins game back in 2021.
And NBC6 reporter Christian Colon joins us with a look at today's emotional day for the victim's family.
Latoya Holmes claims her boyfriend beat her and she shot in self-defense. Today, the victim's family came to court to clear his name and label her as the monster. Today, a judge also sentenced her to 13 years in state prison.
But now we got more news, guys, and it's not looking good. Here is this beautiful young lady, Daisha Bonaparte. Now, listen, shout out to her. At least she got the nice kissy face going on in the photo. But yeah, Daisha Bonaparte is a 40-year-old, beautiful, and obviously single correctional officer. Give her a round of applause. But hold on, stop the show. Looks like Daisha is in love, not with a stripper, with a criminal. Because you know what she's doing? She's out there with these inmates and, she's having certain kind of relationships with them. Between November 29, 2023 and January 19, 2024, Bonaparte allegedly kissed the inmate on the lips several times on multiple occasions. Bonaparte also delivered tobacco items to an inmate without knowledge or consent of the warden in jail. Now, correctional officers, actually, it's a lot harder job than we think. And I want to go to this brother who was a male correctional officer in a female prison, and this is what he said.
I got an offer to work at a prison in Midwest Texas, a female prison. I walked in that prison where all those females is at, and I said, I can't do this. I know my vulnerability is going to change. I already like pretty women. Women in the prison system are some of the most prettiest women that you can ever find in your life, bro. That prison was full of pretty. These girls were prostitutes at one time. They were drugs. But as they got themselves together in prison and got their body back right and got their hair back tight, because you can't wear a weave in prison. So you gotta let your hair grow.
Yeah.
You can't eat those burgers and fries that you eat in the world. You gotta eat prison food and you gotta eat commissary food. So it kind of gives you a better shape. It tightens your body up. You know what I'm saying? All those carbs. Man, these women are sexy, they're fine, they're beautiful. And I told my lieutenant, I said, I'm coming back to the male prison, bro. I don't want to work over there.
Hey, plus,
I don't want to be over there.
Plus, those women got game. They up in there. Their game is at a whole nother level.
So, guys, this kind of stuff goes on, right? And the brother, he said, look, I had to get up out of there. Those chicks are in there really thick. Those chicks are in there doing well. If they're on drugs or whatever, they get off drugs and they start doing well, right? This is what he's saying. So let me just kind of talk about this in particular. A lot of these ladies get these good jobs in the state government house, right? And this is what a lot of sisters brag upon, okay? And I see this with professional sisters more than I see it with professional black men. Because one thing I will say about professional black men, when professional black men typically get on, they usually get away from a lot of the things that go on in the hood. I'm not talking about guys like, Diddy or Guys Entertainment or guys like that. Nah, when brothers get on, they typically leave everything alone. All right. They're not going to be dealing in the dust and all of that. They're done. Right. But you know what I find out? When women, get on, they tend to still deal with the guys that they grew up around. And this is true because when I was at Howard University, I saw this. And anybody went to HBCU saw it too. A lot of the sisters came from the inner city. Beautiful, bad, sexy, right? And a lot of the black men that were there, obviously, if you're a nerdy guy, you go to HBCU, you definitely do have a chance on getting a good girlfriend and getting a wife and things like that at a HBCU or at college. Because, you're around each other every day and you got a better chance. Because a lot of the girls are also coming from good families and nerdy. But you know what I also saw? A lot of sisters coming from Philly, a lot of them coming from DC, Detroit, them black cities. They liked hood dudes. You know what I mean? And it was always, especially around Drew Hall, if I can remember, that was the name of it. You would see so many, I do really say this, I would see so many black women dealing with brothers that was in the streets. And these were sisters that was like going to dental school. They were in PhD programs. They were at Howard Law School, which was a different campus. Pharmacy in the College of Medicine was close by. But you just saw this. You saw it all the time. And a lot of ladies, when they get into professional ranks in the African American community, they fail to understand what they need to do to get to a brother that's on their level or doing better. Typically what they expect is some guy's gonna come and try to find them, and that doesn't really happen. Most after you leave college, the problem is you go into the real world, and college is the best optimal environment for a woman, or even a lot of times for a man to get married. Because when you go out there, when you're in medical school, you're in college, man, you're motivated, you're doing great things, you're around people who are like you. When you get out in the real world, it's very difficult. So a lot of sisters go out in the real world, and then what do they find themselves? They find themselves sometimes, I would say, priced out of the dating market because of, certain things. They're busy now. It's hard for them to get out. And, the guys they want to have relationships with, is very difficult to do so. So then there you go, finding yourself back with Pookie. And a lot of ladies don't want to admit it, that the guys they complain about, a lot of these brothers they like. Okay, it's just like me. I'm gonna be honest, man. You guys know I like something that's thick. I like a big juicy. I ain't gonna lie. You guys know me. Okay, you guys know I like them working with something, brother. We gonna be real. Okay, they need to be handling with something. I can't help that's what I like. But now I got more opportunity. I have more optionality. So if I'm going to deal with all of that, I got more choices. Okay, well, what you acting funny style. I don't think that sisters really have like that. So when, brothers start telling them, hey, I'm really trying to deal with you. And then you're in jail, you seeing this person every day. It's not like it's a dude on the street. You seeing this dude every day. You're letting your guard down. This dude is in your ear. This dude is attracted to you, and the sisters, man, hey, they end up getting weak in there. I think any woman can get weak in there, right? Especially if you 40, you ain't got no man, all of that. It goes on a lot of professional sisters. There was one sister that worked at the Bank of America in Inglewood. Somebody told me about this. I won't tell you who it was. Beautiful lady. Everybody's been to that Bank of America, right? In Inglewood. It's a legendary branch. Okay. Goes in there. Beautiful. Sister was a bank manager. Beautiful, sexy lady. You know what I mean? Right there on East Manchester. The sister had a boyfriend that was a Pookie. She was beautiful, light skin, fat butt, everything. Wanna know who she was dealing with? And it's closed now. She's out there Pookieshing it up. You know what I mean? Pookieshing it up. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's closed now. I've been there before and everything. Shout out to the Manchester location, but you guys know what I'm talking about. So here she is getting caught up. A lot of these sisters get these good jobs. They end up, dealing with dudes, that they don't got nothing, or they sleeping with their subordinates. It's happening. It's being exposed. We see what happened with Tiffany Henyard. So again, this is, with responsibility. So when you start doing very well, you got a responsibility. And, independence requires responsibility. So hey, you gotta, hold yourself to task. Shout out to ladies who do hold themselves to task, but we do got some folks out there that's struggling with it. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all you're doing. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.